Just checking if this is public again or unlisted. Hi everyone. This video is for community members only. I'm recording this Friday update on Tuesday evening, and I was thinking, I actually got in my car to record a video with desktop, and thought that maybe I should show you the progress, but it's too early, and the reason for that is that the UI itself, the images, buttons, all the beauty is our process to find best combo between production, user, customer support, technical support. So we're going through feature after feature and thinking what is in, what is out. One of the stories I guess I can tell you is about R&D module and how it fits to the entire system. As you remember, we started R&D long time ago. It was just R&D contribution. Basically, you were able to add something, dollars per month as R&D contribution. We ran that feature for a year. It wasn't that successful, it wasn't that popular, and we didn't raise enough money. Also, it was a little confusing for users because they didn't know what is actually they contributing, where money goes, and no transparency. Now we're doing this community module, which is R&D module, and this is a little different. We have a fixed fee, $15 per month, and you know that money goes towards bills, just keeping lot going, but also you reserving a special place in lot. You are one of us. You are not a user. You're more like a partner. And so we started this year from these earning calls where we would get together and try to talk with each other, or you rather listen to us. So it wasn't really that interactive. We switched to emails. Now we're doing this, I guess, one-to-one calls, so you can feel that, basically you're an investor. So I always hated the idea of sending a weekly email to investors. I thought that's just can't be right because there's nothing can happen in a week. But with you guys, it's different. I want to share. I want to report. And so these weekly calls, they're still earning calls. Everything, the latest, the truth you'll find on these Friday updates about LOT. They're not going anywhere. But the community module itself is becoming a little stale. So we're thinking that we need to, basically there's a third version. And the third version is something that we've been talking since day one, which is user contribution transferred to the shares of the company. Basically, every user that is a pro user, active user, beyond just subscribed, unsubscribed, beyond just small interest here and there, those pro users should be rewarded with pieces of the company. And the hard part was always to figure out that legally, because say on our database we show you that this is what you own, that this is what we owe you, and this is what you have, or this is what you own. Keeping that database according to just legal documents, kind of impossible. So here comes blockchain and secure systems that will allow to store this information without papers. But even before that, before we go there, we want to figure out the simplest version, and maybe it is simple. We set up this R&D module. That R&D module is basically you becoming an investor. So every user on Lot can subscribe on R&D module. By doing that, they automatically start to contribute to Lot, and they automatically start to own shares of the company. Those shares should be converted to some version of the token, and so that token grows against the value of the company, and value of the company grows against active users. So it is system that will allow us to have a functional business with uniform and weed and user-generated modules. But also it will allow us to have a very transparent way for people to invest and capture value of the company. So we envision that all you guys would be granted some kind of score because of your contribution last year, and it will be very transparent. It's not what's the word? It will be calculated and displayed transparently, so you can understand where this value come from. Once that system working, as I said, the whole new Lot profile will be available only for Lot R&D members for a few months. Then we're going to open it for public. So public will be able to click through all kind of things, including become an R&D module subscriber, basically a partner of Lot, super user, super host, you can call it any term, and it will be very transparent disclaimer of what is actually happening. And I think that's the critical part. Instead of even considering any governmental institutions, we should consider only internet institutions and computer institutions. So we would act as broker, we would act as this database of just transparently showing every user who owns pieces of the company, how much, how changed, and what it depends on. Eventually we're interested to trade that coin, but for now there is no interest in going outside Lot. So this is some kind of currency that we can use inside community and kind of value each other in a way beyond money, but with this just contribution. The system this is the simplest way. Once again, I've been a R&D subscriber for a year. You own this percentage of the company. That means that this is your this is how much Lot tokens you own. These tokens, the price of the tokens depends on company value, and the company valuation depends on active users. The system can grow in the future with any user contribution in basically any movement action that a user make. You can imagine that those tokens would go back into rotation where I don't have to inject any more cash in LOT. It's enough of that value that I generated over the past couple of years for me to leave off LOT basically for free. So that's the system where we want to go. We want to introduce something extremely simple, that LOT score for R&D users with that LOT profile update. But as I said earlier, we focused on operation the most. So working on interface is fun, working on these ideas is fun, but we are figuring out how to make sure that the public-facing, this scalable model works. And this will be a new iteration of modules. This is a new concept. We had modules before, and we keeping everything, we just updating the whole thing to the next level. I think you would love it. And most importantly, behind that, we plan assembly line that would be local. One is in Los Angeles, another one in Moscow. That assembly line would serve our two biggest markets, which is obviously US and Russia. And so that those assembly lines would be, we're not going to produce goods, we're going to pack goods. The production would be, as it was before, from suppliers we like, suppliers we choose, but also a user-generated products. Once the products are packed, it's important that the system is transparent and efficient for you and for us. You need to know when is your package, where is your package, when it's coming, what's inside that package, what's in the next package, what's in the previous package, where all the settings precisely, what happens when I change the settings. That whole, where's my refund, etc. Where's my replacement? I receive damaged product where I can send it. The whole operation should be playful and fun and extremely simple to use on your side. On our side, it has to be also transparent, accountable, so we can scale the system beyond 2 locations and have more and more locations, and therefore in the future use same system to open more and more those fulfillment centers. Because inevitably, when LOT grows from our own modules to your modules, we need to assemble and pack and distribute those goods in a different way. So this is where our most attention going, operations. So that's the reason why I didn't really show no graphics today, because let us figure out the backend first. Let us really understand what is the best way to go forward. As I said, maybe we limit first rollout for this year only in Los Angeles, maybe in Moscow, maybe we open both. This is question of cost, budget, responsible people, and scalability. We still have about 40% of all backlogged packages to ship. We assembling the final batch right now. The first batch is already out, both world, US and Russia. One more batch is coming by the end of March. All debt will be closed. You guys will receive all packages, and so I think that's our deadline to start roll out this new system. So I would say that March is still construction, working on backend, polishing just the architecture, understanding of our architecture, where we want to be. And I'd say beginning of April we start to roll out a new profile page to you guys. So appreciate your patience, appreciate you being here. Hope this hope this process is entertaining for you and you having fun, because after all, I think that's what we come into the team, and that's another behind the scenes process, is moving from this being some intense labor, in a way that intense labor, low outcome, to make this a fun process, so the labor is equals outcome. That's another layer. As I mentioned one of the streams before, this is another piece we want to have in this new UI, new system. So once again, hopefully this is entertaining. Hopefully you following the conversation and this process. More to come. You know it. Peace.